You're listening to Carolina Forest Panther Football on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network. And it starts right now.
Hello and welcome to Carolina Forest Panther Football here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network. My name is Brandon Biscobing. I'll be bringing you all the action as we are coming to you live from Charles B. Gibson Stadium here in Goose Creek as the Carolina Panthers, the number 16th ranked Carolina Panthers, get ready to take on the Goose Creek Gators in the first round of the SCHSL playoffs. Once again, my name is Brandon Biscobing. I will be bringing you all the action, and Tate Hanna will be joining me a little later. He got into a car accident. He's perfectly fine, but he will be a little delayed as a result. So I will be flying solo for the pregame show as well as the beginning of the game. This is your Wayne Gaddy pregame show, and like I mentioned, the number 16th ranked Carolina Forest Panthers come in as the away team, as the lower seed. They come in as the lower seed in this first round matchup, but many around the state are considering them as the favorite in this game, one of the few seeded favorites in this condensed playoff this season. Normally 32 teams in the playoffs each season, 4 teams per region in 5A get in. But this year, as a result of the coronavirus pandemic and everything going on with that, they have shrunk it down in half, and we have 16 teams, 8 on each side of the state, and this is the first round matchup between the winner of Region 7 5A, Goose Creek, and Carolina Forest, who was the runner-up in Region 6. Carolina Forest coming into this one with a 6-1 record. Their only loss was to the Region 6 champion, Sumter Gamecocks, while Goose Creek comes in with a record of 5-2. And like I mentioned, in spite of the fact that Carolina Forest is coming in as the 2 seed, they've been the higher ranked team throughout the season, and they keep that going. They come into this game higher ranked in all of the polls throughout the country and throughout the state. Like I mentioned, in Max Preps throughout the state, Carolina Forest ranked 16th. Goose Creek is not ranked there. For the class in Max Preps, Carolina Forest is receiving votes, while Goose Creek is not ranked. In Ken Massey, the Panthers jumped up 1 point. They are ranked 12th. Goose Creek is not ranked there either. In the High School Sports Report Sweet 16, the Panthers jumped up 1 spot, they dropped the spot down to 11th, and Goose Creek is at 13th. That is the closest between the two teams in terms of the rankings. And in the media poll, the Panthers jumped up 2 spots from 10 to 8, while Goose Creek is receiving votes. So while the Panthers are the lower seed, they are certainly have to be considered the favorites in this matchup. And not only that, these teams have a history, while not a very long history. The biggest note between these two teams is last year's matchup, where Carolina Forest knocked the Gators out of the playoffs last season, beating the Gators 41-14 in the third round of the playoffs before having to face off, it was the second round of the playoffs before having to face off against River Bluff and then facing off against Dutch Fork. Some key players to keep an eye on for this game, especially for probably the key in this matchup is going to be the matchup with when Goose Creek is playing offense. When they are on offense, the battle between Malachi Taylor, who is a Coastal Carolina commit, very good player on the perimeter, against Adam Janik. Adam playing very well this season, leading the team and holding the school record for interceptions after this season. So he's been playing very well, but he will have some stiff competition on the other side of him in Malachi Taylor. And I talked to Coach Morris about that. He mentioned that, not just that, but also the entire receiving core as one of the keys in this one. As the teams are out on the field finishing up warm-ups, finishing up practices, we'll talk about the Gators a little bit. They come into this one with a bit of an up-and-down season. Like I mentioned, they were 5-2 overall. And we'll actually take a quick break. We'll actually go to the to Coach Morris's interview right now, and then come right back and get you wrapped up with some final thoughts as we get ready for this first round matchup between the Carolina Forest Panthers and the Goose Creek Gators here on the Carolina Forest Panthers Football Network. I'm here with Coach Morris ahead of tonight's first round playoff matchup against Goose Creek. And Coach, you saw this team last year. You knocked them out of the playoffs last year. How much does that play into tonight's matchup?
Not a whole lot, man. It's just a different year and different set of kids and different circumstances. And, you know, I'm sure Goose Creek will be ready to play tonight, and hopefully we will too.
You got a great group of kids. Played great all season long, only one loss. In spite of the fact that this team is the number 2 seed, you guys are considered the favorites by many. What do you guys have to do to win this game?
I don't know, man. I mean, one thing, like every other night, you got to limit your turnovers and try to control the line of scrimmage and see how it goes. I mean, they got a lot of talented players, and their coach does a great job. Coach staff does a great job with all their kids. And, you know, as long as we can limit the big plays and try not to turn the ball over and try to control the line of scrimmage, we're going to have a chance.
The big matchup tonight is going to be Adam Janik out on the perimeter against their big wide receiver who's going to Coastal. How do you see him faring up?
I tell you what, they got 3 of them that's pretty good. I mean, he got the one going to Coastal, but we think the other 2 is good players too. And, you know, all of our DBs is going to have to play great tonight. I mean, they do a great job of their offense mixing up. They got a great tailback who, I mean, he had a lot of yards rushing last week versus Somerville and hard to bring down. I mean, it's going to be a hard test, and hopefully we'll be up for the challenge.
Thanks a lot, Coach.
Thanks, buddy.
Welcome back. And Coach Morris brought up some good points. Yes, you know, Malachi Taylor is going to be the big guy that everyone's going to be focused on. He's a Division I commit. He's going to be, you know, he's highly touted. But, you know, they have some good guys around him on the perimeter as well, out in the receiving core. You know, Kion Smith has had a couple of great games. And like you mentioned, Dimitri Simmons, the running back for Goose Creek, also a very good player for the Gators. Like I mentioned, you know, and he mentioned it, the Gators' big overtime win over Somerville last week to finish off the season. And that's gonna be a big momentum booster for the Gators, being able to win that game in overtime. So that's going to be something that the Gators are going to look to capitalize on. Whether or not they can do it, though, is the big question. I think the Panthers are just going to be a little bit too much for the Gators tonight, but that's why they play the game on the field. We will be finding out in just a few minutes. Mention some keys to the game. Like I mentioned, the battle between Malachi Taylor and Adam Janik on the perimeter is going to be probably the biggest matchup to watch in this one between these two teams, and how the offense of the Panthers can move the ball against this Goose Creek defense. But the biggest key out of all, and we've seen it with the Panthers, especially in their one loss this season, the biggest determining factor in this game is going to be the turnover battle. Can the Panthers keep the ball? Can the Panthers maintain possession of the ball? And maybe, just maybe, get a few turnovers of their own. That's going to be what's going to make or break this game for Carolina Forest. Going through the Goose Creek schedule, like I mentioned, they had a bit of an up and down season. Went to Berkeley, beat them 28-26 to start off the season, then went up against a very tough Fort Dorchester team who's probably going to make it to the lower state finals. They're a tough team to beat. They got destroyed by Fort Dorchester 56-15. Then they proceeded to win 2 games in a row against Cane Bay and Wando. Lost to Stratford before winning their last 2 games against Ashley Ridge and Somerville. So Goose Creek, while they've had some tough losses this season, they've also played some stiff competition in those 2 losses, and they're going to use the momentum that they've built over the last 2 big wins to finish off the season, to get into a groove and try to win this game. This is going to be a fun one, folks. I think this is probably going to be one of the best matchups, especially in 5A. One of the best matchups in this first round of the playoffs. And that's what's so great about this new format, this 16-team format, is that unlike in years past with the 32 teams, oftentimes those first-round matchups, again, especially the 1 versus 4 matchup, you thought it was pretty much a foregone conclusion, and most time it was, of who was going to win that game. But now with it being 1 against 2, it's anyone's ball game, and this looks to be a good one. A little bit of a soggy field down there. I was down there with the interview with Coach Morris. Still a little slick, still a little slippery, which may play into the hands of the Panthers because they utilize the running attack a lot. They don't need to, although you do have to worry about slipping and sliding on the field. So we will have to see how the bit of a sloggy condition, not too bad. They did a good job of getting the field in game shape for tonight's matchup, but still a few puddles down there, mostly along the sidelines. A pretty steep incline of runoff here at Goose Creek. So that's allowed the field to get ready and has allowed the field to be as dry as possible. And the Panthers are looking to have a good game tonight against the Goose Creek Gators as we are just a minute away from kickoff. This has been your Wayne Gaddy pregame show. And we'll take a quick break and come right back with kickoff for this first round matchup between the Carolina Forest Panthers and the Goose Creek Gators here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Because you're downsizing or you just need a new space, call Wayne Gaddy, listing broker with Carolina Pines Realty, serving the Carolina Forest community since 1997. Wayne works tirelessly using all the available tools till your home is under contract and closed. Wayne Gaddy is consistently selling homes for the highest amount possible in the shortest amount of time. Wayne Gaddy, the only local realtor with a listing guarantee. Start the process today at WayneGaddy.com or call Wayne at 843-603-5552. Get your home sold. Coastal Healthcare Resources is owned and operated by practicing anesthesia providers since 1991. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia staffing, anesthesia department management, and anesthesia billing services. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia services in hospitals, office-based, and ambulatory surgery centers. Call Coastal Healthcare Resources for all your anesthesia needs. 843-679-3251. Coastal Healthcare Resources.
Welcome back as we get set for the players to take the field. Both teams getting ready to take the field in this one and get ready for this first round matchup in the SCHSL playoffs. We'll give you updates of all of the other 5A matchups, primarily over at halftime. We'll give you some updates of those games, particularly of the game against Sumter. And one of the interesting things about this season, due to COVID and due to the limited amount of games that were played this season, the teams that did not make it into the playoffs did get the opportunity to schedule an extra game this season, as they announce the captains for the Panthers, and they get ready to head out for the coin toss. And like I mentioned, the other teams that did not make it into the playoffs were given an opportunity to schedule we're given the opportunity to schedule a non-region game in order to give themselves an extra game. What a lot of people have called it a bowl game, so to speak. And all three of the teams in Region 6 5A that did not make the playoffs did choose to take that. And it is Loris is facing Socastee at Socastee tonight. Conway and Ashley Ridge at Ashley Ridge. And Waccamaw is playing St. James at St. James. So those are your non-playoff matchups in Region 6 5A. And next week, it will be the winner of this game facing off against the winner of Dutch Fork against Somerville. So we'll be sure to give you updates on that one throughout the night. And the winner of Berkeley against Sumter will face off against the winner of Fort Dorchester against River Bluff, as they are out there with the coin toss. And the Gators win the toss. They elect, I believe they elected to defer, so the Panthers will take the ball to start it off. And we'll get you the starting lineups right now for both teams. We'll start off with the Panthers offense, as the Gators come out of their banner, run through the tunnel, and take the field. Both teams getting ready to come out. We'll give you the starting lineup for the Panthers first on offense. It'll be Lucas Giavasanti, Caleb Godfrey, Logan Estep, Grayson Blunt, and Riley Dular up front, left to right. As the Gators run through the banner and take the field, then as do the Panthers. And we are just about set to get things underway here at Charles B. Gibson Stadium in Goose Creek. The wide receiving core for the Panthers, DJ Admil, Almos Uber, Elijah Brommel, and Nathan Schussler. The running back, Mo Belfield, along with Luke Janik and CJ Shoup, the fullback / tight end / H-back. And at the helm is Kyle Watkins. Going on the defensive side for Goose Creek, the front three, they run a 3-4 defense. Eduardo Butanda will be the defensive end. Simeon Kennedy will be the nose tackle. And Curtis Smiley will be the other defensive end. The linebackers will be Quinn Tolbert, Isaiah Addison, Kavarian Brown, and Tyler Dominique. And the secondary will be Melvin Ravenel, Alex Dial, Blake Culver, and Jamarius McClellan. As we get set for kickoff, the Gators get set to kick it away. The whistle is blown. And we are underway in this first round matchup of the SCHSL playoffs as it's fielded on the far side. Caught and taken out to around the 30-yard line. We'll see where they officially mark it. But that's where the Panthers will start off with possession. And Kyle Watkins will look to run the offense to start things off. They'll actually mark it back a little further than I initially expected. They'll mark it back around the 20-yard line. But that'll be where the Panthers take over. 1st and 10. Ball on around the 20-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off. And Janik will not get much of anything. Will get taken down by a bunch of Gators. See if they even give him any yards. Looks like they're not going to give him any yards. So it'll be 2nd and 10. With the ball still on the 20-yard line. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. The snap. They'll hand it off to Janik again. Janik trying to get through the line. He will get a little bit of space, but will get taken down at around the 23-yard line. So it'll be a gain of 3. And that'll bring up a 3rd, and they'll actually give him 5. They'll mark him at the 25. So that'll make it 3rd and 5 from the 25 for the Panthers. Shotgun set. 3 wide on the far side, and whistles are blown. Look like the Gators may have jumped. That kickoff was a David Taylor Law kickoff, by the way. And it will be called a false start on the Panthers. So a tough break for the Panthers. That'll push the ball back to its original point. And that'll make it 3rd and 10. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. The snap, 3-step drop. Janik, screen pass to Janik, and he will get taken down behind the line of scrimmage. Will get taken down at around the 19-yard line. So that's a loss of 1, and that's a 3-and-out for the Panthers. Not what you want to see as a Panther fan starting off this game offensively. As Janik will step back to punt it away. The snap, and he will boot it deep And the Gators will allow that to bounce. And the Panthers will down it at around the 48-yard line. So that's where the Gators will start off with the ball on offense, their first opportunity. And I mentioned the turnovers, but something else to keep an eye on for the Panthers is going to be penalties. And that was not a good way to start the game penalty-wise for the Panthers. First and 10 from the 49-yard line. The Panthers 49. One step drop. They'll throw it over far side, and it will be caught, and he will get pushed out of bounds. And that will be enough for a first down as Taylor makes a catch for about a 15-yard gain. That'll make it first and 10 from the 36-yard line. The snap, fake handoff, throws it up the middle. Oh no, they will hand it off. But it looks like he won't get much of anything. They'll give him 1 yard. That was Simmons with the run, so it'll be 2nd and 9. Hurry up offense for Goose Creek. Motion offense. The snap, fake, screen pass over, and running down the far side sideline and stepping out of bounds is James Levine, but there is a flag on the play. He got a gain of about 5, and it will be a holding penalty on Goose Creek. So that'll push them back. That will make it 2nd and 16 from the 42-yard line. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. The snap, fake, screen pass over to the far side. It will be caught, taken down the sideline, and pushed out of bounds at around the 45-yard line. So that'll make it 3rd and 10. So the Panthers, after giving up 1 gain, another fake, another quick pass to the far side. And actually, they ran it with Simmons, and he only gets a couple of yards. So that'll make it 4th and 7 from the 31-yard line, and looks like the Gators are going to go for it. Shotgun set, 2 wide on either side. Snap, 5-step drop, screen pass. Simmons gets taken down at around the 27-yard line, and that will not be enough. So the Panthers hold on, and the Panthers get the ball on the turnover on downs, and the Panther faithful get loud after that defensive stop. A nice job by the Panthers coming up with the defensive stop and getting the ball back for the offense. So 2 good defensive series for each team. And now the Panthers have it 1st and 10. Ball on the 28-yard line. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. The snap, low snap, speed option, pitches it out, and Janik will go, and he'll still stay on his feet. He's still on his feet, and he will drag a couple of defenders all the way down to around the 46-yard line. So that'll be a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Their first of the game. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. The snap. Fake handoff. Watkins will keep it himself. He's got a lane. He's going. He spins through a man, and he will get taken down at the 30-yard line. But once again, that is enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. Panthers are moving on this drive. 2 plays, 2 first downs. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. Snap, handoff. Janik looks to try to break through the line, but he will get held up at around the 29-yard line. He'll get a gain of about 1. So it'll be 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9, ball on the 29-yard line. Still no score, just under 8 minutes left to go in the first quarter. Fake handoff, Watkins keeps it himself, but he's not able to get through the defense. A great stop by a couple of Goose Creek defenders, particularly Jonathan Davis. And that'll bring up 3rd down for the Panthers. 3rd and 11. Ball on the 31-yard line. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. Snap. Speed option. Watkins decides to keep it himself. He gets a lane. He's going to go, and he will get taken down at around the 15-yard line, a little in front of the 15-yard line. We'll see where the official marker is, but that will be enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm 1st down, and the Panthers are in control right now. Looks like they marked him down at the 13-yard line. So shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Motion, they'll hand it off. Janik will push through, and he'll get into the end zone and score. Luke Janik with the rushing touchdown, and he will get on the board for the Panthers first. That is a Coastal Healthcare Resources Carolina Forest touchdown, and the Panthers take the early 6-0 lead. And the extra point about to come. The kick from Chaddock is up and good. And just like that, the Panthers take a 7-0 lead with 6.5 left to go in the first quarter. Panthers up 6-0 to start off this game here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Coastal Healthcare Resources is owned and operated by practicing anesthesia providers since 1991. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia staffing, anesthesia department management, and anesthesia billing services. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia services in hospitals, office-based, and ambulatory surgery centers. Call Coastal Healthcare Resources for all your anesthesia needs. 843-679-3251. Coastal Healthcare Resources.
Welcome back as the Panthers get set to kick it off here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network in the first round of the SCHSL playoffs here in 5A. Chaddock gets set to kick it away. The crowd stomps their feet trying to get the team riled up. Pretty decent crowd here, probably about 2/5 full, I'd say. About 40-45% capacity. Obviously, with the COVID regulations, the teams have had to be limited on their fan attendance, but still a good crowd here. And now we are set. And they look to kick it away, and they do. It's a short kick, and it will roll towards the sideline. Will stay in bounds. The Panthers will keep it in bounds. And it will be recovered at the 36-yard line. So that's where the Gators will start with the ball. The starting lineup for Goose Creek: Andrew Dezel, Lyon Hawkins, Jaden Johnson, Rashawn Smith, Rodney Hill left to right on the offense. Snap, and they'll hand it off, and Simmons will get taken down behind the line by Latrell Pitts. He blasts through the line and gets a huge tackle for a loss. That'll be a loss of 3. And it'll be 2nd and 13 for Goose Creek. This Carolina Forest defense has been strong all season long. They continue it right here. Fake handoff. They'll throw it near side, and it will be caught by Taylor for a gain of about 5. A low pass. Taylor had to kind of slide to make the catch, had to dive down to make the catch, but he was able to get it. The snap on the shotgun, throwing it up the middle. It's caught, and his speed will take him all the way. Touchdown, Goose Creek. Kion Smith on a quick slant route got past the defense and just had a wide open lane and went all the way down for a 60-yard touchdown for Goose Creek, and that'll tie the ball game right back up, assuming that they're able to make this extra point. It will be Cannon on to kick the extra point. The snap, the kick is up and good, and that'll tie the game back up. So with 5.5 left to go in the first quarter, this game's all tied up at 7. We'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Dog training in your home started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1989. In 2017, the Columbia office branched out and started serving the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. Dog training in your home comes to you. In many cases, your dog's home environment is enabling bad behavior, so the home is the most logical place for training. Dog training in your home services are designed to make training your dog fun for you and your dog while getting immediate results. All of the dog training in your home training programs are customized to fit your training goals and needs. At Dog Training in Your Home, we are veterinarian recommended and work with any age, any breed of dog. Your first visit is free, so call today. Dog Training in Your Home, 843-360-6033.
Welcome back as we get set for kickoff in a tie ball game with 5.5 left to go in the first quarter. Goose Creek, a very quick 3-play drive. And it was capped off with that long touchdown pass. Actually, a 2-play drive, excuse me. That ball goes out of bounds. And it will be Carolina Forest Panther ball. They'll take over at the 35-yard line. And like we mentioned, and like Coach Morris mentioned in the pregame show, in the pregame interview, that this entire, the main focus is Malachi Taylor. But, Kion Smith has been a great receiver as well. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Snap, throws it over to the near side to Janik. Janik will take it from the screen, and he will only get a couple. So Janik will get 2, so it'll be 2nd and 8 from the 36-yard line. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side now. Watkins motions, snap, fake, now throws it down the field, and it will be almost intercepted, but it will fall incomplete. And that will bring up 3rd and 8 now. Tried to go deep. Tried to go deep on that one to Admiral, but just could not get it to him. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. Admiral, Janik, and Schussler set up on the near side. The snap, speed option, and Watkins just has nowhere to go. He is absolutely stuffed by number 45, Andrew Allen. He just came in from the linebacker position and the offensive line just could not pick him up at all. And that'll bring up 4th and 10, and the Panthers will have to punt. Janik gets it, almost got it blocked. He was very lucky that one did not get blocked. That ball will roll out of bounds at around the 15-yard line. Or actually, excuse me, around the 25-yard line. They'll mark it at the 26-yard line, so that's where Goose Creek will take over once again, looking to take their first lead of the game. Panthers started off the scoring, got the first points on the boards, and then Goose Creek on the subsequent possession came right down the field and got a very quick drive. Snap, quick throw over to Malachi Taylor, and he will try to make some fancy moves, but he will get taken down by a couple of Panthers, by a prowl of Panthers, but he will get a gain of 9. So that'll make it 2nd and 1. Shotgun set, 1 on either side. Another screen pass, now over far side. And this time, it's to Smith, and he gets another big gain, bringing it all the way down to around midfield. They'll mark him down at the 46-yard line of the Panther, or of Goose Creek, excuse me. Snap. Fake. Well, they fake the throw. It's a draw play, and Simmons only gets a couple. Oh, they'll actually say he just got back to the line. So it's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 46-yard line. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the other side. Low snap. Rolling out. Throwing it near side. And it is incomplete. They were trying to go to Smith again. Drew Moore tried to go to Smith, but just could not quite get it to him. So that'll bring up 3rd and 10. And the Panthers, after giving up a big gain on the first play of this drive, has done a good job. Snap, 2-step drop. Looking, finally getting some pressure, and that was just a coverage sack. That was a great job by the Panthers to keep the receivers at bay, and finally Nevin Tyler was able to get into the backfield and take down Moore for the sack. That'll make it 4th and 13, and the Gators will be forced to punt once again. High snap, and it's fumbled, but he's able to get it off just barely. Actually, I think it was blocked a little bit. Yeah, the ball was recovered, and the Panthers will take over at the 43-yard line. Huge break for the Panthers, but I think there's a flag on the play. Actually, excuse me, there is a flag on the play. So we'll wait to see what the official call is. And they just were determining how that ball would be played. So I believe the Panthers will take it over. Yes, they will take it over at the 43-yard line. 42-yard line, actually. So the Panthers will have prime field position to take the lead once more. Start off the scoring with a touchdown by Luke Janik. Then the Gators bounced right back with a big touchdown reception by Keon Smith. And now the Panthers have a chance with 2.5 left to go in the first quarter to take that right back. Watkins keeps it himself on the read option. He'll take it down the sideline before he gets pushed out of bounds at around the 27-yard line. They'll mark him out the 28, but that will be enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. So it'll be 1st and 10. And it'll be caught. Oh, no, it's a fumble on the play. We'll look to see who gets the ball. Janik was the one who was carrying it. Ball was fumbled, but the Panthers do recover. So that'll bring up another first down for the Panthers. It was just in front of the first down marker. So it'll be 2nd and 1. Shotgun set. They'll fake the handoff. Watkins gets a lane. He tries to get around the corner. He's still going. He's still on his feet. He'll carry a couple of defenders down to the 1-yard line. And it'll be 1st and goal for the Panthers from the 1-yard line with 1.5 minutes left to go in the first quarter. And there is actually a flag on the play. And it is against the Panthers. So that run will be negated. And we'll push them back. That'll push them all the way back to the 15-yard line. The 25-yard line. That'll make it 2nd and 6. And once again, this Panther offense has been hurting a couple of times from penalties, and that's not what you want to see as a Panther fan. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side, the H-back on the far side. The snap. They'll hand it off, and Janik will get through the line and will get taken down at around the 20-yard line. And that will be enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 20-yard line. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side, H-back on the near side. The snap, speed option. Watkins keeps it himself. Looked like he wasn't going to have any space, but he's able to make it out of the pressure and is able to get a gain of maybe 1 or maybe even 2. They're going to actually give him 3 yards on that. That was a great job by Watkins. It looked like he was dead in the water. It looked like he was going to lose maybe 2 or maybe even 3 on that one. But he was able to break out of the pressure and get positive yards as a result. 2nd and 7, they'll hand it off. Janik takes it through the gap and will take it down to around the 5-yard line. And they will mark it down at the 4-yard line. It'll be enough for another Carolina Forest Panther, another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest Panther first down, and that's the end of the first quarter with the score at 7-all. We'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Here at David Taylor Law, we firmly believe that our job is to make our clients' lives easier, not more difficult. So as part of that, we have a principle that we will go and see our clients. We come to you, whether it's in your home, in the hospital room, wherever you are, wherever you need us, we'll be there and we will come and see you.
When something's just right, it's hard to find, but easy to recognize. You know it's just the perfect fit. At South State Bank, that's us. The sweet spot between a big bank and a small one. So you get the services you need, combined with the service you need too. High tech and high touch. Sophisticated and simple. Right here at South State.
Welcome back as the Panthers are in prime field position to put up some more points and to retake the lead here in the second quarter as we get ready to start the second quarter with a 7-all ball game. Panthers started the scoring with a touchdown by Luke Janik. And then the Gators countered with a big touchdown reception by Keon Johnson. But now the Panthers look to retake the lead once again. And they are ready to go. Shotgun set for Watkins. H-back on the far side. They'll snap it. They'll hand it off. And Janik will take it down near the goal line. No indication yet. And it looks like, no, he did not quite get in. He will get taken down right by the goal line. And that'll bring up a 2nd and goal. Still a very wet field today, wet stadium overall after the rain from the tropical storm last night, as Watkins will take it himself into the end zone for the touchdown. That is another Coastal Healthcare Resources Carolina Forest touchdown. And the Panthers retake the lead. It is now 13-7. And with the extra point, it will become 14. James Chaddock gets ready to kick the extra point. It's up and good. And that'll extend the lead out to 14-7. So we'll take a quick break. 14-7 with 11:15 left to go in the first half, as the Panthers look to advance to the second round in the SCHSL playoffs here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Coastal Healthcare Resources is owned and operated by practicing anesthesia providers since 1991. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia staffing, anesthesia department management, and anesthesia billing services. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia services in hospitals, office-based, and ambulatory surgery centers. Call Coastal Healthcare Resources for all your anesthesia needs. 843-679-3251. Coastal Healthcare Resources.
Welcome back as the Panthers kick it off, and kick it off pretty short. Still on his feet and taking it down the sideline. Still on his feet before a prowl of Panthers finally pushes him out of bounds. That was number 11 to Kelvion Thompson, who made that return and was able to stay on his feet for a decent bit, brought the ball all the way out to the 42-yard line, and that's where the Gators will start off with the ball. 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. Shotgun set, one wide on either side. The snap, fake handoff, they'll throw it over to Taylor. Taylor will get taken down pretty quickly by Jalen Porter. And it will be a gain of 4. So it'll be 2nd and 6 from the 46-yard line. Snap, and they'll hand it off, blasting through the line, getting to the second level and getting a first down is Dimitri Simmons. He'll take it all the way down to the 42-yard line. So it'll be a 1st and 10 on the 42-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Snap, fake handoff, they'll throw it. Or excuse me, they actually do hand it off to Simmons. And he will get a couple, make that 2. So it'll be 2nd and 8, ball on the 40-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the far side. 3-step drop, they'll go deep down the sideline to Taylor, and he's got no one in front of him, and he takes it the 45 yards for the 40-yard touchdown, and Taylor just showed off his speed on that one and showed that this Panthers secondary is no match for his speed. He just blasted past his coverage man and got the 40-yard touchdown. As Kennedy comes on to kick the extra point. The snap, the hold, and it will be good. And that'll tie the game back up with just under 10 minutes left to go in the first half. It's 14-all here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
If you're looking to sell your home because you're downsizing or you just need a new space, call Wayne Gaddy, listing broker with Carolina Pines Realty. Serving the Carolina Forest community since 1997, Wayne works tirelessly using all the available tools till your home is under contract and closed. Wayne Gaddy is consistently selling homes for the highest amount possible in the shortest amount of time. Wayne Gaddy, the only local realtor with a listing guarantee. Start the process today at WayneGaddy.com or call Wayne at 843-603-5552. Get your home sold.
Welcome back as the Panthers get ready to receive another kickoff, another David Taylor Law kickoff. And the Panthers defense really has to learn from that last possession, because if Malachi Taylor can do that and just run past the secondary and get into open space, that's going to be trouble, as that ball is deflected, still on the ground, and the Panthers finally recover it, but they will have it all the way back at the 14-yard line. A tough break for the Panthers, as they were just not able to hang on to that ball. Elijah Brommel and Amos Uber. Amos Uber just could not keep his hands on that ball. It took a weird bounce and it deflected off of him. And then even when both him and Janik tried to dive on it, he just could, they almost completely muffed it and lost it. But they were able to come up with the ball once again. So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 14-yard line. Snap. Speed option. They'll pitch it over to Janik. Janik will try to get around the edge, and he will be pushed out of bounds at around the 20-yard line. Excuse me, around the 15-yard line. They'll only give him 2, actually, so it'll be 2nd and 8. Ball on the 14-yard line. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. The snap. Another speed option. They'll pitch it over to Janik. Janik bounces it inside. Now tries to bounce it outside. Still on his feet. But he will get taken down after a gain of only a couple. And that'll give the Panthers a 3rd and 2 from around the 20-yard line. So 3rd and 2, ball on the 20-yard line. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Option, they'll hand it off. Janik will get through the line. He's still on his feet, still going. No one in front of him. The 50, 40, 30, one man to beat. He'll still stay on his feet. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Panthers! A huge 80-yard touchdown run by Luke Janik. And the Panthers retake the lead. It will now be 21-14 after the extra point. And that's exactly after the big reception by Malachi Taylor for Goose Creek. That's exactly what the Panthers needed to rebound and get the momentum back on their side. They actually marked him down at the 1-yard line. It will still be a David Taylor Law a Tony McAfee State Farm first down. And that run by Kyle Watkins will finally put it in. The 1-yard quarterback sneak will give the Panthers the touchdown and put them up 20-14. Chaddick will kick the extra point. And it is up. And it's good. So now it's a 21-14 ball game. Panthers in the lead once again after a huge 80-yard run by Luke Janik. Set up a goal line situation, and Kyle Watkins finished it off with a one-yard quarterback sneak. We'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Welcome back as the Panthers get set to kick it off. And the Panthers, that was a great drive after, like I mentioned, after allowing Malachi Taylor to get a huge reception for a touchdown in the last possession on defense. Great job by the offense of getting the momentum right back with the big run by Janik, and then eventually Watkins finishing it off with the touchdown. Panthers now have to worry about containing Taylor as well as Kion Smith and even Demetrius Simmons, who hasn't had a huge game, but still has had a decent day today. The defense has to come up big if they don't want to have this be a shootout and force the offense to continue to be on their A game, which the Panthers, their offense is always on their A game anyway, but still, that ball is an onside kick, and it will be recovered by Goose Creek. A little trickeration by the Panthers, deciding to go with the onside kick, trying to catch the Gators off guard. And it just did not work. Looked like it certainly had a chance of working, but the Gators were able to come up with it, and they recover it. So they will start with the ball at the 47-yard line, their own 47. So some good field position for the Gators. Shotgun set. They'll hand it off, and looking for a hole, able to find a little bit, is Simmons. But he will only get a gain of about 4. So that'll make it 2nd and 6. Ball on the 48-yard line. Fake handoff. Oh, no, they'll actually hand it off to Simmons. Simmons gets a bit of a lane, and he'll bring it down to around the 40-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Goose Creek first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 at the 40. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. Snap, they'll hand it off. Simmons gets about 4. And that'll be that'll bring up 2nd and 6. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. The snap, 2-step drop. They'll throw it deep again! The speed! And this time, it's Smith who makes a big grab. We'll see if they marked him as inbounds. And it looks like they're bringing that one back. It looked like he made the catch, but I guess they're going to say he stepped out of bounds. It was right by the goal line. The ref was in perfect position, but it will be incomplete. So it'll be 3rd and 7. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side, and whistles are blown. As now they will discuss it, I believe. No challenges in high school football. So no opportunity, as actually there's a flag on the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the Gators. And that's a big blow because now instead of it being 3rd and 8, it's now going to be 3rd and a mile. Make that 3rd and 21 from their own 49-yard line. Snap. 3-step drop. Looking, throwing up the middle. Up and caught by Smith. But it will not be enough for the first down. He went up high. He went up the elevator shaft for that one, showing his hops. And it was enough for the first down. Just barely enough for the first down. 1st and 10 at the 29. Snap, handoff, and Simmons trying to blast through the line, only getting a couple of yards. They'll only give him 1, actually, so it'll be 2nd and 9. This Goose Creek offense moves very quickly. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off once again. Simmons trying to get around the corner down the far side sideline. And he will get taken down after a gain of about 3. So it'll be 3rd and 6 now. And this is a big play right here for the Panthers. They haven't been able to stop this Gator offense on 3rd down much today thus far. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side, and the whistle is blown. Just a reset. And now they run the clock again. 5:45 left to go in the first half. 21-14. Snap. 3-step drop. Looking. Throwing it far side. And it will be incomplete. Trying to go to Smith again. But this time he just could not hang on to it. So that'll bring up 4th and 7. And it looks like the Gators are going to go for it. They will. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. Calling out a play is Moore. Motion offense by Smith. Snap. 3-step drop. They'll throw it deep, and it isn't. No, it is not intercepted. It was almost intercepted. It was almost intercepted by Meehan, but he just deflects it. But either way, it's a turnover on downs, and the Panthers get the ball back with just under 5.5 left to go in the first half, and an opportunity to extend their lead to 2 possessions. 21-14, Panthers in the lead. That was the first time today, outside of the opening drive, that the Panthers were able to stop the Gator offense. They'll hand it off, and Janik slips up on this muddy turf and will be taken down for a loss of 3. So that'll bring up 2nd and 13. Ball on the 21-yard line. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the far side. The snap. They'll hand it off. And, oh no, actually Watkins keeps it himself on the read option, on the midline read option. And he'll take it all the way down near the first down marker. We'll see if he got enough. Does not look like he did. They'll mark him down at the 35-yard line. So it'll be 3rd and 1. It'll be 3rd and 2. Ball on the 34-yard line. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. Snap. Fake handoff. And Watkins will take it himself and get taken down at around midfield. And that'll be enough for a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. So it'll be 1st and 10 from the 50-yard line. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. Watkins getting the play from Coach Morris on the sideline. The snap. Speed up. Actually, a rollout. Watkins looking to be throwing. He gets pulled down for a big loss. A big sack right there by Quinn Tolbert. And that'll be a loss of 10. So it'll be 2nd and 20 from the 40-yard line. Panthers line up. Shotgun set. 3 wide on the near side. Getting the play call from the sideline. A little over 3 minutes left to go in the first half. Watkins snaps it. 2-step drop. Throws it up the middle. And it will be incomplete. DJ Admill was the intended receiver. Just a little bit too high. He was double covered on that one. And just could not get it to Admill. So I'll bring up 3rd and long. 3rd and 21. Shotgun set. 3 wide on the near side. Watkins gets set. Low snap. 3-step drop. Looking, throws it up the middle, and I think that should be pass interference. Janik was the intended receiver, but there is no flag on the play, as that looked like it should have been pass interference. Number 33, Demarion Richardson pushed Janik right before the ball got to him. That was a clear case of pass interference, but no call. And it's now 4th and forever, and the Panthers will have to punt it away. Snap. Janik punts it, and it will roll. It'll take a Panther roll, and the Panthers will down it at the 16-yard line. So that's where the Gators will take over. So that was a tough break for the Panthers, not getting that pass interference call. But now the key is for the defense to be able to come up with another big stop. Panthers up by 7, 21-14, with 2.5 minutes left to go in the first half. The snap. Hands it off. And the Panthers do a great job of getting in the backfield. That's Isaiah Coakley who gets into the backfield to stop Dimitri Simmons. And that'll bring up, he did get back to the line of scrimmage, so it'll be 2nd and 10. And whistles blown all around. Looks like the Panthers might have jumped, and they did. Wasn't sure if a Gator forced them offsides or if they just jumped, but the call is offsides on the Panthers. Another penalty for Carolina Forest. 2-step drop, they'll pass it over, and it'll be caught by Taylor, and he'll get wrangled down at around the 31-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Goose Creek first down. Malachi Taylor has had a great game thus far. Obviously, that big touchdown earlier. They'll hand it off, and Simmons will get taken down for a loss of 1. Great job by the Panther defense of getting into the backfield and stopping Simmons. That's been the tale of this game thus far. Has been the passing game for the Gators has been great, but the rushing game not so much. Quick screen pass over to Taylor. Taylor gets a little bit of a lane. Still on his feet, and he'll get tripped up at around the 39-yard line. Not quite enough for a first down. So it'll be 3rd and 2. Make that 3rd and 3. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the far side. Snap. Two-step drop. They'll throw it far side, and it'll be completed to Smith, and he'll get pushed out of bounds at around the 47-yard line. That will be enough for another Goose Creek first down. They'll actually mark him at the 48-yard line. So 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line of Goose Creek. Snap. Two-step drop. They'll throw it near side over to Taylor. Taylor will catch it. He'll get enough for a first down before he's pushed out of bounds by Patrick Morrow. And that'll be enough for another Goose Creek first down. And this passing attack by Goose Creek is just shredding the Panthers defense apart. And it looks like the Panthers are going to call a timeout with 52.1 seconds left to go. Actually, Goose Creek will take that timeout. So we'll take one with them. 21-14, Panthers in the lead here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Coastal Healthcare Resources is owned and operated by practicing anesthesia providers since 1991. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia staffing, anesthesia department management, and anesthesia billing services. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia services in hospitals, office-based, and ambulatory surgery centers. Call Coastal Healthcare Resources for all your anesthesia needs. 843-679-3251. Coastal Healthcare Resources.
Welcome back, as with a little under a minute left to go in the first half. Panthers looking to try to get into the locker room with the lead still intact, especially considering they get the ball back to start off the second half. Three-step drop, looking deep for Taylor again, and this one just thrown a little bit too far. Moore had some pressure coming towards him, but he was able to get it off before Nevin Tyler was able to get to him and just overshot Taylor just by a little bit. So that'll bring up 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10, ball on the 36-yard line. Shotgun set. One wide on either side. Low snap, and it fumbled. Fumble still on the ground, and it looks like the Panthers got it. We'll see what the call is. Timeout on the field by Goose Creek. Still no indication on whether that was recovered by the Panthers or not. It looked like it to me. Looked like the Panthers got it back. I believe they called it a recovery by Goose Creek because the chains did move back. So it'll be 3rd and 14 when we come back. We'll take another quick break with them and come right back. Big 3rd down attempt with 36.7 seconds left to go here in the first half here in the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Dog training in your home started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1989. In 2017, the Columbia office branched out and started serving the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. Dog training in your home comes to you. In many cases, your dog's home environment is enabling bad behavior, so the home is the most logical place for training. Dog training in your home services are designed to make training your dog fun for you and your dog while getting immediate results. All of the dog training in your home training programs are customized to fit your training goals and needs. At Dog Training in Your Home, we are veterinarian recommended and work with any age, any breed of dog. Your first visit is free, so call today. Dog Training in Your Home, 843-360-6033.
3rd down, 3-step drop. Throws it deep down the far sideline, trying to go to Smith again, but it's deflected by Janik, and that brings up a 4th and 13 from the 40-yard line. Another big play in this game. 30.3 seconds left to go in the half. 3-step drop, looking deep again going down the far side, and this time it is incomplete. A great job by the Panther defense knocking that ball out of Smith's hands. And the Panthers will take over possession with 22.8 seconds left to go in the first half. We'll see if they decide to just take this lead, this 21-14 lead into the locker room, or if they decide to try to go for more. And it looks like they are just going to kneel it down. So that will wrap up the first half. Panthers with a 21-14 lead as we head into the locker room for the first half. We'll take a quick break and come right back with some more first half stats and analysis and get you ready for the second half, as well as talking about some other games around the state in the first round of the SCHSL playoffs here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. If you're looking to sell your home because you're downsizing or you just need a new space, call Wayne Gaddy, listing broker with Carolina Pines Realty. Serving the Carolina Forest community since 1997, Wayne works tirelessly using all the available tools till your home is under contract and closed. Wayne Gaddy is consistently selling homes for the highest amount possible in the shortest amount of time. Wayne Gaddy, the only local realtor with a listing guarantee. Start the process today at WayneGaddy.com or call Wayne at 843-603-5552. Get your home sold. Coastal Healthcare Resources is owned and operated by practicing anesthesia providers since 1991. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia staffing, anesthesia department management, and anesthesia billing services. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia services in hospitals, office-based, and ambulatory surgery centers. Call Coastal Healthcare Resources for all your anesthesia needs. 843-679-3251. Coastal Healthcare Resources. Dog training in your home started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1989. In 2017, the Columbia office branched out and started serving the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. Dog training in your home comes to you. In many cases, your dog's home environment is enabling bad behavior, so the home is the most logical place for training. Dog training in your home services are designed to make training your dog fun for you and your dog while getting immediate results. All of the dog training in your home training programs are customized to fit your training goals and needs. At Dog Training in Your Home, we are veterinarian recommended and work with any age, any breed of dog. Your first visit is free. So call today. Dog Training in Your Home, 843-360-6033.
A lot of people would think that being compassionate and being strong are opposites. They're not. You cannot love something, you cannot care for something without being strong in your willingness and your approach to protecting that thing. So I believe that having compassion and love involves being strong and aggressive. You protect the beloved. And so I think a good lawyer, a successful lawyer, needs to be strong in order to love and care for his client.
When something's just right, it's hard to find, but easy to recognize. You know it's just the perfect fit. At South State Bank, that's us. The sweet spot between a big bank and a small one. So you get the services you need, combined with the service you need too. High tech and high touch. Sophisticated and simple. Right here at South State.
Welcome back as we are at halftime here in Goose Creek at Charles B. Gibson Stadium, and this is your Dog Training in Your Home halftime show. And the Panthers up by 7, 21-14, and this has been a very much a back and forth game with both teams trying to play well, trying to, get something going, trying to get some momentum going. But neither team really being able to get anything, really going. Neither team really able to get a ton of momentum right now. I will give you a couple of updates real quick. First, Dutch Fork against Somerville. Dutch Fork only up 14-7. Dutch Fork struggling a little bit. Sumter is up 20-6 on Berkeley. And I'll try to find some other stats and some other scores around the state for you in just a little bit. This is a little... the Panthers are playing pretty well. They're still playing well. They're still getting their points. They're still winning. But this is a lot closer than the Panthers, I think, would have hoped going into this one. Going around, giving you the college report real quick. For the Panthers, Jeff Mario Brown had 5 tackles last week for Arkansas State. He will not play this weekend. Lots of teams getting hit due to COVID. Lots of games being canceled on the college level this week. And that was one big concern on the high school level going into the season, going into the playoffs. The SEHSL announcing that if anyone tested positive, if you had to quarantine, you were done. There was no pushing back the playoffs or anything like that. So teams being extra cautious right now. And fortunately, thus far, we have not seen any issues yet, at least on the public school side. Going over to the flip side to Goose Creek, there are 4 former Gators who are playing at the college level. Only one of them, well, technically 2 of them playing right now. Only one of them is at the FBS level currently. That is offensive lineman Emilio Wilson, who is at Coastal. He will be joined by Malachi Taylor next season. at the college level at Coastal. So, lots of ballers from the area, lots of ballers from South Carolina going to Coastal. And they're definitely a program on the rise. And they've been the talk of the country this season, so they've certainly been doing something right. Like I mentioned, this is a rematch of last year's playoff game in which the Panthers beat Goose Creek 41-14. That was actually the Panthers' first win over Goose Creek in program history. The previous 5 matchups, the Panthers had lost to the Gators. So the Panthers have been a team on the rise over the last couple of years, and they certainly look to continue that. But assuming the score in each of those games hold true, the Panthers are going to have to face off against the Dutch Fork Buzzsaw next week in the second round. And, unless it's like Alabama, it's like the Patriots, it's like any dynasty team, you never bet against them until you are shown that a team is capable of beating them. And right now, in spite of the fact that, I've heard people talking, I've heard some people saying that this isn't the Dutch Fork that we've seen over the last couple of years, it's still Dutch Fork. And they're still going to be a very, very tough out. And the Panthers, they know all too well from last year when they lost to Dutch Fork. Pretty handily, I might add, last season in the lower state finals. And so the Panthers are going to there may be a little bit of that revenge factor, and that may help the Panthers in that game. But it's definitely going to be a tough one next week, assuming that both scores stay where they are. Panther fans certainly hoping that this one will, up 21-14 here at halftime with just about 3.5 left to go before we get to start the second half. And before we talk about anything else, just wanted to give a quick shout out. Obviously today is Friday the 13th, but it's also my fiance's birthday, so happy birthday, Tori. I'm sure you're doing some fun stuff over there. I know you're listening to me, so love you, and I'll see you in a little bit. But we got football right now, and like I mentioned, Dutch Fork not playing as well as a lot of people might have thought. Going around the rest of Region 6, while only Sumter and Carolina Forest are in the playoffs this season due to the limited playoff situation, all of the other 5A teams are playing tonight due to the addition of essentially bowl games for this season due to COVID. Loris is playing at Socastee tonight, Conway at Ashley Ridge, and Waccamaw at St. James. And that'll be... I'm not sure why they moved... They actually pushed it back. So it'll be 2nd and 10. And the run by Simmons. There was a penalty called, a false start on Goose Creek that pushed them back. It was 2nd and 10. That 2-yard run by Simmons is now 3rd and 8. 3-step drop. They'll throw the screen pass to Simmons, and a huge tackle a huge tackle by Latrell Pitts. He gets into the backfield and takes down Simmons for a loss of 3. And that'll bring up 4th and 11. And the Gators will be forced to punt it away. Another great stop by the Panther defense. And after a couple of drives where you were thinking, okay, the Gators are starting to get something going offensively, the Panthers defense have done a great job of rebounding and adapting to this Goose Creek offense and getting back in the groove. That ball, the punt is kicked out of bounds. It will be marked at the 34-yard line. That's where the Panthers will start with the ball. 1st and 10 with 10.5 minutes left to go in the third quarter. It is currently 21-14 Panthers in the lead. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. The snap, speed option. Watkins decides to keep it himself. He gets around the edge, and he spins around with a defender and gets taken down at the 41-yard line. That'll be a gain of 8 for Watkins. And looks like the ball came out, but it looks like Watkins was down before he was taken down. And looks like there's a penalty called, actually. We'll see what the call is. And they'll... Oh, no penalty on the flag. Excuse me. It was a false flag. So it will be 2nd and 2. Ball on the 41-yard line. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the far side. The snap. Hands it off. Janik gets stuffed at the line. And he will not get any yards. And they'll actually mark him down back a yard. So it'll be 3rd and 3 now. Ball on the 40-yard line. 3rd and 3, ball on the 41-yard line. Shotgun set. 1 wide on either side. The snap. Fake handoff. Watkins keeps himself. He blasts through the line. He'll get enough for a 1st down. And that'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest 1st down. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 45-yard line of Carolina Forest. Watkins getting the call from the sideline. The snap, hands it off, and Janik will get through the line and will get a couple. That'll be a gain of 4 for Janik. So it'll be 2nd and 6. Ball on the 49-yard line of Carolina Forest. Shotgun set, 1 wide on either side. Shoop at the H-back on the near side. The snap, speed option. Watkins keeps it himself. He'll get around the edge, and he will get taken down at around the 47-yard line. So not quite enough for the 1st down. It'll be 3rd and 2. So it'll be 3rd and 2. Ball on the 47-yard line. Shotgun set. 1 wide on either side. The crowd gets loud. Gator fans trying to rally this defense. They'll hand it off to Janik. Janik will blast through and get the yardage he needs. Getting it up to the 44-yard line. That'll be enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. So it'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 44-yard line. Shotgun set. Shoop at the H-back on the near side. The snap. Hands it off. Janik gets a huge lane gets a huge hole up the middle through the one gap, through the A gap, and he blasts it through for another Carolina Forest, Tony McAfee State Farm first down. Looks like there's a penalty, actually. We'll see what the call is. And no, oh no, they marked it just in front of, I thought he got enough for the first down. They'll mark him inches away from the first down marker. So it'll be 2nd and inches. And whistles are blown. Just under 6:15 left to go in the third quarter. 21-14. As there is a holding penalty on the Panthers. Not sure why they suddenly called it now. But either way, it pushes the Panthers back. So that'll make it 2nd and 5. Shotgun set, one wide on either side, H-back on the far side. Snap, fake handoff, Watkins keeps it himself. He gets a lane, he'll get the first down and more, dragging a defender all the way down to around the 25-yard line. Actually, make that the 20-yard line, but that will be another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. It'll be 1st and 10, ball on the 23-yard line. Shotgun set. H-back on the near side. Low snap. Watkins keeps it himself. He gets a lane. He'll get some space, and he will get in for a touchdown. A huge run for Kyle Watkins. And that'll extend the lead. Actually, I think he did not quite get in. They'll actually mark him down at the 6-yard line. Kind of hard to see down that side of the field. He got pushed out of bounds at around the 6-yard line. Shotgun set. Watkins gets the snap. He hands it off. Janik tries to get through the line, but he gets taken down at around the line of scrimmage. That was enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm first down that last play. Now it's 2nd and goal. Ball at the 5-yard line. Shotgun set. H-back on the near side. Snap. Speed option. Watkins. Watkins will take it himself. And this time he does get in for the touchdown. That's another Coastal Healthcare Resources Carolina Forest touchdown. And the Panthers extend their lead out to 2 touchdowns, assuming that they can make the extra point. The extra point is up and good. Looked like he sliced it a little bit, but it does go through the uprights. So it's now a 28-14 lead with just over 4.5 left to go in the third quarter. We'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
When something's just right, it's hard to find, but easy to recognize. You know it's just the perfect fit. At South State Bank, that's us. the sweet spot between a big bank and a small one. So you get the services you need, combined with the service you need too. High tech and high touch. Sophisticated and simple. Right here at South State.
Welcome back as we get set for another kickoff, another David Taylor Law kickoff, as the Panthers extend their lead out to 14. 28-14 is the Panthers' lead. Panthers waiting. I believe there is a TV timeout right now that they are waiting on. This game being televised here in the Charleston, Goose Creek area. And now we are set and ready to go. Panthers getting ready to kick it off. And this time they do decide to kick it off regularly. And it will be fielded at around the 25-yard line and almost getting taken down, still on his feet and running down the sideline, finally getting taken down around the 32-yard line is number 23, Maurian Scott. He made a nice play on that return, staying on his feet. And that ball, it was originally around the 20-yard line where he caught it, maybe even a little behind the 20-yard line, maybe a little closer to the 15. And it looked like he was going to get taken down right where he caught it at first, but he was able to break a couple of tackles and get it all the way up to the 32-yard line. Shotgun set, they'll hand it off. Going far side is Simeons, and he will get taken down after a gain of a couple. We'll see where they mark it. Actually, looks like there's a penalty on the play. And it will be a face mask on the Panthers. So that's another big penalty. That's the one thing I mentioned, penalties and turnovers. Not so much penalties. As they snap it before the chain gang was even ready to go. They get a couple of yards on that play. Coakley with the tackle. That is a gain of 3 yards. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 7. That was Simmons with another run. Shotgun set. 3 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off once again. Simmons gets through the line and is tripped up close to the 1st down marker. We'll see where they mark him. I don't think he quite got enough. He did not. It'll be 3rd and 1. So 3rd and 1. Ball on the 44-yard line. And actually they're going to decide to move the chains. I did not think that was far enough, but the refs decide otherwise even without a measurement. They'll throw it deep and it's caught for another big gain by Smith, and that'll bring the Gators into the red zone. He'll get taken down at around the 15-yard line, so that'll be 1st and 10 from the 15. Shotgun set, they'll snap it, throw it up the middle, and actually keeping it and handing it off to Simmons. Simmons will take it down to around the 4-yard line. That'll be another 1st down for Goose Creek. They are driving. 1st and goal now from the 4. Snap. Hands it off. And Simmons trying to get around the edge, but he will get taken down. Great job on the trip up by Janik. Adam Janik staying in his lane and making sure that Simmons was not able to get that edge. Shotgun set, one wide on either side, H-back on the near side. They'll fake a handoff and pass it toward the end zone, and it's caught by Taylor for a Goose Creek touchdown, and that'll cut the lead down to 7 points, assuming the extra point is made. They'll bring on Kennedy for the extra point. The snap, the hold, and the kick is up and good. And so with just over 2 minutes left to go in the third quarter, it's 28-21. Panthers still in the lead, but the Gators are threatening. With 2:08 left to go in the third quarter, we'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Dog training in your home started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1989. In 2017, the Columbia office branched out and started serving the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. Dog training in your home comes to you. In many cases, your dog's home environment is enabling bad behavior, so the home is the most logical place for training. Dog training in your home services are designed to make training your dog fun for you and your dog while getting immediate results. All of the dog training in your home training programs are customized to fit your training goals and needs. At Dog Training in Your Home, we are veterinarian recommended and work with any age, any breed of dog. Your first visit is free, so call today. Dog Training in Your Home, 843-360-6033.
The kickoff is kicked to the far side of the field and taken by the Panthers, and they will take over at around the 34-yard line on offense. And while the Panthers' defense has been playing fairly well, they still have to worry about both Malachi Taylor and Kion Smith, who have been playing very well today. And they've just been finding holes in the Panthers' defense all night. Snap. Hands it off, Janik going far side, and he'll only get a couple of yards. Give him 1 yard. And I'm not sure if this is a deliberate thing or if he's still having that nagging injury. And actually, I take that back. There's my answer right there. Looking on the sideline, Mo Belfield is not in pads tonight as they hand it off. Janik once again trying to drag some defenders. He looks like he'll get enough for the first down, so it'll be another Tony McAfee State Farm first down. He was dragging a couple of Gators throughout that game. The Creek of Geese. We are at the Creek of Geese. Goose Creek. And like I was saying, Mo Belfield not in pads tonight. So once again, that injury is still nagging him. And that's why we've been seeing exclusively Luke Janik on offense in the running game. Low snap, they'll hand it off to Janik again. He'll blast through and bring a couple of defenders. He just went with his offensive line right there. A great job by Gia Fasanti, just pushing the defensive line back and letting Janik just follow his lead. And brought that ball an 8-yard gain, and it'll be 2nd and 2. Ball on the 48-yard line. Shotgun set. One wide on either side. Shoop at the H-back on the far side. The snap. They'll hand it off once again to Janik. Janik gets through the line and gets another first down. Another Tony McAfee State Farm first down brings it down to the 42-yard line. And we're on a drive, folks, just matriculating the ball down the field. 1st and 10, ball on the 41-yard line. And that'll end the 3rd quarter. So heading into the 4th quarter, it's 28-21, Panthers in the lead here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Switching is easy. We do it all the time. We switch on the lights. We switch TV channels. Some of us switch partners while square dancing. Well, that's a stretch. But what's not a stretch is how you can switch and save with State Farm. In fact, State Farm agent Tony McAfee, right here in Carolina Forest, can switch you over so you can start saving today. Tony and his team are ready to welcome you to the State Farm neighborhood. With Tony McAfee, it's easy to switch and save. Just give him a call. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. If you're looking to sell your home because you're downsizing or you just need a new space, call Wayne Gaddy, listing broker with Carolina Pines Realty. Serving the Carolina Forest community since 1997, Wayne works tirelessly using all the available tools till your home is under contract and closed. Wayne Gaddy is consistently selling homes for the highest amount possible in the shortest amount of time. Wayne Gaddy, the only local realtor with a listing guarantee. Start the process today at WayneGaddy.com or call Wayne at 843-603-5552. Get your home sold.
When something's just right, it's hard to find, but easy to recognize. You know it's just the perfect fit. At South State Bank, that's us. The sweet spot between a big bank and a small one. So you get the services you need, combined with the service you need too. High tech and high touch. Sophisticated and simple. Right here at South State.
Welcome back. As during the break, both sides, both the Goose Creek side and the Carolina Forest side, both fans were getting fired up, and both teams were trying to get their sides fired up for this 4th quarter. This is playoff football. This is high school playoff football here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network. And we are ready for the 4th quarter. Panthers up by 7. Shotgun set. H-back on the far side. 2 wide, 1 wide on the other side. Low snap. They'll hand it off to Janik. Janik blasts through and gets a couple. They'll mark him down at around the 38-yard line. Make it a gain of 3. So it'll be 2nd and 7. Ball on the 38. As it gets a little brisk, a little chilly here at Goose Creek. It's been a much nicer day than it was yesterday. Some people wondering if this game was going to be postponed due to the rain. Speed option, pitches it over to Janik. Janik brings a couple of defenders a couple of yards further. He'll get taken down at around the 32-yard line, so make it 3rd and 1. It'll be 3rd and 1. Ball on the 32-yard line. And the Gator fans will try to get loud. Shotgun set, 2 wide on the near side. They'll hand it off to, oh no, Watkins keeps it himself. He gets through, and he will get all the way down to the 25-yard line. Make that the 24-yard line. And that will be enough for another Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest 1st down. First and 10. Ball on the 23. Watkins looks over for the call, for the play call. Now get set. Shotgun set. 2 wide on the near side. The snap. Speed option. Watkins keeps it himself. And he goes. He gets the lane. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. That'll be another Coastal Healthcare Resources Carolina Forest touchdown. And the Panthers extend their lead back out to 14, assuming the extra point is good. Watkins just followed his blockers, found the open lane, and ran it in to the end zone for the score. The extra point. Snap, hold, and a weak kick, but it does go through the uprights. So that will extend the lead out to 14. It's 35-21 with 10 minutes left to go in the game here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
A lot of people would think that being compassionate and being strong are opposites. They're not. You cannot love something, you cannot care for something without being strong in your willingness and your approach to protecting that thing. So I believe that having compassion and love involves being strong and aggressive. You protect the beloved. And so I think a good lawyer, a successful lawyer, needs to be strong in order to love and care for his client.
Welcome back as we get set for another David Taylor Law kickoff. And they will punt it away, and it'll be fielded at around the 30-yard line. Taken down right around the 30. And that's where the Gators will start off with the ball. After it looked like this was going to be a back-and-forth game throughout the first half, with each team scoring one after another. Now the Panthers have taken that advantage, and they look to keep it going. Handoff, as Simmons will take it up the middle for a couple of yards, make that 2 yards, and it'll be 2nd and 8. 2nd and 8. Ball on the 34-yard line. Fake handoff. Oh, no, they actually will hand it off to Simmons. Simmons gets a bit of a lane, and he'll take it all the way down to the 45-yard line. They'll mark him at the 46-yard line, and that'll be enough for a Goose Creek first down. So 1st and 10, ball on the 46-yard line. The snap, hands it off. Simmons trying to find a lane. He does for a little bit, and he'll take it all the way down to the 49-yard line of Carolina Forest. That'll be a 5-yard gain. They'll actually mark him at the 48. So it'll be 2nd and 5. He was taken down by Coakley. Shotgun set, low snap. Looking, throwing it deep down the far sideline, and it will be caught. It will be caught by Smith, and he will step out of bounds at around the 5-yard line. So another big gain in the air for Goose Creek. They're threatening again. Fake handoff, throwing it near side, and it's intercepted! Adam Janik with another big interception. He is the Intercepticon here for Carolina Forest, and he does it again. And I think the refs may bring this one back. I think they're going to say it bounced. Refs are discussing it. Still waiting on an official call. And it looks like they are going to say... Oh, no, they will say that he intercepted it. It's going to be a touchback, but a unsportsmanlike conduct will be called on the Panthers, so that'll push them back. They'll start at their own 5-yard line, but they will still get the ball back. Another interception for Adam Janik, and the Panthers now can extend the lead out to 21, and if they're able to do that, this game is pretty much all but wrapped up. First and 10, ball on the 5-yard line. The snap, speed option. Watkins keeps it himself. He tries to get around the corner, and he'll take it out towards the 25-yard line. And I believe that will be enough. No, they'll say he just did not quite get enough for the first down. They'll mark him down at the 18-yard line. So it'll be 2nd and 2. And a quick update for you guys. It's pretty much all but guaranteed at this point that Carolina Forest, if this lead holds up, they will be facing Dutch Fork. As it's snapped, too wide on the near side, they'll hand it off to Janik. Janik will get stuffed in the backfield. And he'll lose a yard, so it'll be 3rd and 3. It's pretty much all but assured that the Panthers will face off against Dutch Fork this next week, as the Silver Foxes are winning 35-7 over Somerville with 10:27 left to go in the 4th quarter. That's the latest update. Snap, screen play, and they'll get it out, and a nice catch and gain by Elijah Brommel, and that'll be enough for a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. He brings it out to the 29-yard line. I think that's the 27-yard line. Shotgun set. One wide on either side. H-back on the near side. With 6.5 left to go in this game. 35-21. Panthers up by 14. And taking it through the lane and getting around enough for the first down. We'll see where they mark it. Is Watkins. And he will not quite get enough. They'll mark him down just a few inches short of the first down marker. So it'll be 2nd and inches. Ball on the 36-yard line. 2nd and 1 from the 36-yard line. Panthers trying to extend this lead even further, up by 14 with just a little over 6 minutes left to go in the game. And now the clock starts running again. It will be under 6 minutes momentarily. It looks like the Panthers are just going to try to run out the clock essentially right now. Watkins waiting. Now he snaps it. He'll hand it off to Janik. Janik should get enough for the first down. We'll just dive through the line, dive through the pile of bodies, and it will be enough for a Tony McAfee State Farm Carolina Forest first down. So it'll be 1st and 10. Ball on the 38-yard line. Watkins looking at his wrist. He hands it off to Janik. Janik going far side. He gets a lane, and he will take it out towards the 45-yard line. That's where they will mark it. They'll actually mark it at the 46. So it'll be 2nd and 2. With just under 5 minutes left to go in this one. Panthers just looking to run out this clock at this point. Shotgun set. Snap. Hands it off again. Janik going far side. He gets a little lane. He's still going. He's still on his feet, and he's wrangled down at around the 23-yard line. Looked like he might have had enough space to take it all the way, but a couple of defenders by Goose Creek just came up from behind and finally got to him. They'll mark him down at the 20-yard line. So the Panthers are in the red zone once again. 4 minutes left to go in this one. Shotgun set. Shoop set up at the H-back on the near side. They'll hand it off to Janik. And Janik will get taken down right about at the line of scrimmage. That will be no gain for him. But Panthers basically at this point just trying to run down the clock as much as they can. Up 35-21 with 3.5 left to go in this one. Shotgun set, H-back on the far side. Snap, hands it off, and whistles are blown. Looks like the Panthers might have moved. It will be a false start on the Panthers. This win will be the 4th straight year that the Panthers have won a playoff game. So all of these guys on this team have experienced victories. The seniors have experienced victory all 4 of their years here at Carolina Forest, and that's what Mark Morris has done for this program. But next week will be the big test. Obviously, Dutch Fork, the cream of the crop, they have won every single 5A title since the 5A classification was created a few years ago. And they look to do it once again this year. And Carolina Forest will have to contend with that next week. 3 minutes left to go in the game. 35-21. Panthers up in front by 14 points. The snap. Watkins will take it himself. He'll try to get around the edge, and he'll get taken down at around the line of scrimmage. They'll give him a gain of 3. So that'll bring up 3rd and 12 with just under 2.5 left to go. Dutch Fork up 42-7 in the 4th quarter with 6 minutes left to go in that one. We'll continue to give you updates as this one finalizes. They'll hand it off to Janik, and he'll just get through the line and get a couple. And the Gators decided to call a timeout with 1:47 left to go in the game Panthers up by 14. It would take a miracle for Goose Creek to get back into this one. It is 4th down. And we'll take a quick break and come right back with more Carolina Forest Panther football action here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Dog training in your home started in Charlotte, North Carolina in 1989. In 2017, the Columbia office branched out and started serving the Myrtle Beach and surrounding areas. Dog training in your home comes to you. In many cases, your dog's home environment is enabling bad behavior, so the home is the most logical place for training. Dog training in your home services are designed to make training your dog fun for you and your dog while getting immediate results. All of the dog training in your home training programs are customized to fit your training goals and needs. At Dog Training in Your Home, we are veterinarian recommended and work with any age, any breed of dog. Your first visit is free, so call today. Dog Training in Your Home, 843-360-6033.
Welcome back as we get set to finish off this game. Looks like the Panthers will advance to the second round of the SEHSL playoffs, barring something crazy. It is 4th and 11. And they are going to go for it. Janik's up in the shotgun set with the H-back on the near side. They'll throw it into the end zone, and it's Admiral almost having it and just cannot hang on to it. DJ Admiral was not wide open, but he had some space on his defender. And that was a catch he should have made, but just could not hang on to it. And that'll be a turnover on downs for the Panthers. The Gators have the ball on the 21-yard line. Minute 40 left to go in the game. Down by 14. They have 2 timeouts left. And looks like someone called a timeout. I believe it was Carolina Forest. So like I said, more than likely at this point, barring something crazy in either game, and I would not believe, as it is final now. Final score from Dutch Fork. Dutch Fork 47, Somerville 7. So the winner of this one will be traveling to Irmo to face off against Dutch Fork, the 4-time defending state champion Dutch Fork Falcons. That's going to be a tough one. I'm just going to say it right now. That's going to be a very tough game for the Panthers to win. They know how good Dutch Fork is. They had to face off against Dutch Fork last season. And in that one, the Panthers lost by a final score of 45-20 last season. After beating Cane Bay, River Bluff, and Goose Creek. These Goose Creek Gators, they beat the Gators en route to facing off against Dutch Fork last season. And will history repeat itself here? As they hand it off. Now Simmons will take it down the far sideline and get a couple of yards. He'll actually get enough for a first down. So it'll be 1st and 10. Shotgun set, and trying to take it himself is Moore. The pocket collapsed around him pretty quickly, and he slides for a gain of about 2. So that'll bring up 2nd and 8. With 1:21 left to go in this one. And this game is just about over. Dutch Fork Silver Foxes will be next for the Carolina Forest Panthers. And a timeout was called by by Goose Creek. Getting all sorts of flustered right now. This game has been a game that in the first half, it looked like this was going to be a close one. It looked like this one may come right down to the wire, and the Panthers were going to have to stay strong on offense, which they did throughout the game anyway. But the defense has definitely come up big since halftime. Snap, three-step drop. They'll throw it down the far sideline, and it's almost picked off. It will fall incomplete, and it looks like there is a Dutch Fork player down. Or excuse me, not Dutch Fork, a Goose Creek player down. Getting ahead of myself a little bit. We'll take a quick break and come right back with the final minute and 14 seconds of this one. Carolina Forest looks to advance to the second round of the SCHSL playoffs here on the Carolina Forest Panther Football Network.
Coastal Healthcare Resources is owned and operated by practicing anesthesia providers since 1991. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia staffing, anesthesia department management, and anesthesia billing services. Coastal Healthcare Resources supplies anesthesia services in hospitals, office-based, and ambulatory surgery centers. Call Coastal Healthcare Resources for all your anesthesia needs. 843-679-3251. Coastal Healthcare Resources.
Welcome back as they take the injured player off the field. And we get set to finish off this one. Minute 14 left to go in the game. 35-21. Panthers in a commanding lead. And if you haven't been around for the whole game, this has been a tale of two halves. The first half looked like it was going to be close. Three-step drop. Moore looking, going deep, throwing, and just over the head of Smith. Trying to go for Kyron Smith down the far sideline and just could not quite get it to him. He's a tall guy. He's a tall player, 6'2", but just a little overthrown. Not quite that tall. Minute 6 left to go in the game. And they're going to actually call a roughing the passer on the Panthers, so that will push the ball up. Now push the ball up to the 48-yard line of the Panthers and give Goose Creek a first down. First and 10, ball on the 48-yard line. Shotgun set, 3 wide on the near side. They'll motion and snap it. 5-step drop and a screen pass thrown over to Smith, and he'll get a couple of yards. And a little scuffle after the fact, and there are some flags on the play as a result. 53.6 seconds left to go in this one, and I think this is just some frustration penalties on Goose Creek, because this is now 2 years in a row that the Panthers have knocked the Gators out of the playoffs.
Coastal Healthcare Resource.
And looks like the penalties will be on Carolina Forest, and the Panther faithful that have made the 2.5-hour trip down here to Goose Creek are not too pleased by that call. Snap. 3-step drop, looking, still looking, and he'll have to roll out. Moore will have to roll out. He gets some space, and he'll get down to around the 10-yard line. Drew Moore just was looking, and a great job by the coverage team. Not really much pressure on Moore, but the coverage by the Panthers was outstanding. No one open, and Moore had to scramble out and use his feet to get the first down. He does get the first down. It's 1st and goal. Actually, 1st and 10. They mark him at the 11-yard line. 3-step drop. Moore will have to scramble out again. He tries to throw it far side towards the sideline, and it will be incomplete. With 34.6 seconds left to go in the game. Timeout by Goose Creek. That is their last timeout. And some of the Carolina Forest fans are thinking that might have been their fourth timeout. But I believe they did have one. I think that was their third. So the Panthers now can get ready to look ahead to Dutch Fork. And that is going to be definitely one of the games. That is going to be their toughest test this season, definitely by far. Dutch Fork not only ranked first in the state, but ranked nationally. And that's going to be quite the game next week. Floater into the end zone and almost intercepted by the Panthers, but it will fall incomplete. They'll bring up 3rd and 3 with 29.4 seconds left to go. Snap. Throwing it into the end zone, and it'll be picked. Oh, no, he won't. Almost picked off. Great attempt by Adam Janik to pick that one off again. Almost had it, and if he would have held on to it, his momentum might have taken him out of bounds, but if he would have been able to keep his balance and stay in bounds, he would have had no one to stop him. He would have taken that one to the house. 4th down. Step, throw in the end zone, and it is no indication yet. Goose Creek thinks they have the touchdown, and they do. It's a touchdown for Goose Creek. Malachi Taylor with the reception and the touchdown. And this extra point will cut the deficit down to 1 possession, but with 23.8 seconds left to go, the likelihood of Goose Creek getting this one tied again is very unlikely. The extra point is up and good by Kennedy. So with 23.8 seconds left to go, Panthers up by 7, 35-28 is the score here. And a penalty against Carolina Forest is assessed. So the ball will be pushed up to the 50-yard line. That's where they will kick it off. Actually, the 45, I believe. And the Panthers have to be expecting the onside kick. That's the only way that Goose Creek has any chance of keeping this game alive. So the Panthers will definitely be ready for the onside kick. They have their hands team on the field. And Goose Creek gets set for the onside kick. And here we go, the play of the game. And the whistle is blown. I believe the Gators may have gone early. And I think this might be a false start. So we'll wait for the official call. And it will be offside. It will be a false start on the Gators. So that'll push them back to the 50 now. And they'll try it once again. Here we go. Onside kick. It goes the 10 yards, and the Panthers have it. The Panthers come up with it, and that will do it. All the Panthers need to do now is down it, and they're going to Irmo next week. And they'll snap it, and they'll down it, and that will do it. Final score here, 35-28. Panthers advance to round 2 of the SCHSL playoffs, where they will face off against the Silver Foxes of Dutch Fork. This is your South State Bank post-game show. Just a quick little rundown and recap of this one. Once again, final score 35-28, and it was a tale of two halves, really. This game was a nail-biter, tooth and nail in the first half. Looked like this was going to come right down to the wire, but then at the end of the first half, Panthers pulled away a little bit, got that one possession advantage. And then they got a 2-possession advantage to start off the second half. And that's what sealed it, as the Panthers didn't look back from there and maintained their lead. And once again, for the second year in a row, knock out Goose Creek out of the playoffs. And again, for the second year in a row, after knocking out Goose Creek, they have to contend with the Silver Foxes of Dutch Fork, the top team in the state. Next week will be the game to watch. Can the Panthers pull off the upset next week over Dutch Fork? We'll be right here to bring you all the action and have you find out next week. Hope you guys will join us next week when the Panthers take on Dutch Fork at Dutch Fork. No time yet officially, but we'll have all the information for you. Be sure to follow us on Twitter at CFHS Panthers FBN. And, of course, it's been a pleasure calling this game for you guys. Hope you guys join us next week when the Panthers take on Dutch Fork in a big second-round matchup in the SCHSL playoffs. Once again, final score 35-28. Panthers get their 4th straight win in the playoffs. For Coach Morris, I'm Brandon Biscobing saying so long, and we'll talk to you guys next